you need to be brought up to date with the events in northern France, where an intercity commuter train has derailed south of the capital, Paris. At least 7 people have been killed, dozens more injured, according to the French Interior Minister. The train was on its way from Paris to Limoges with about 370 people on board when it came off the tracks at Bretigny-sur-Orge. It wasn't scheduled to stop at that station. Emergency crews are now on the scene. The priority at the moment is to help passengers. The cause of the accident is still far from clear. Let's get to TV3's Christian Malard, who's monitoring developments in Paris. Christian, appalling pictures, a horrific incident. What more do we know, both in terms of fatalities and injuries?
Well, Richard, what we can confirm now, as you said, it's what in this train we had 370 persons taking an intercity train which left Paris at 11:40 Eastern Time in the U.S. and heading for Limoges in the center of France. And there were 6 wagons which derailed in Grigny-sur-Orge, which is in a very packed, crowded area of the suburbs of Paris, the southern suburbs of Paris, close to the highway leading to the French Riviera on highway number 6. So, as you said, Secretary of Interior, Mr. Valls, confirmed we have 7 to 8 dead people, casualties. But when I just heard a few minutes ago, the chairman of the French Railroad Service, Mr. Pepe, said we have to be very cautious on the number of casualties. We might get more. Concerning the reasons of the derailment,
right?
No, everybody is very cautious.
Sure. Let me jump in here. Let me just jump in here, Christian, because I just wanted to question. It'll take weeks, no doubt, before a formal reason is given for this. But give me an idea. A Friday evening, an intercity train heading towards the south of France, going through the middle of the country. This is the sort of, I mean, it would have been a very crowded evening,
yes,
particularly as we come to the middle of July and the start of the holidays.
You are right, Richard. You are totally right, Richard. We are on midst of July, on the eve of the 14th of July, which is the Bastille Day, the national day in France. A lot of French people are leaving for vacation, taking this part of Grigny-sur-Orge on the way to the south. But this intercity train, as I said, was not heading for the south, where a lot of French people go for vacation. It was going to the center of France. But still, what we wanted to tell you is there are 3 investigations right now, and as you said, it might take time. We have the Secretary of Transportation, which is investigating, Secretary of Justice, and French Railroad Service. But the detail I wanted to give to you, according to some rumors, or let's say allegations, it seems this part where we got the derailment, there was on repair. And it seems that the train, and I'm very cautious, might have gone too quick, too fast, not respecting the speed which was limited in this area. It might be, I just say it might be, one of the reasons provoking the derailment. We are not sure. Probably it will take time, as you say, Richard. And I know what I can confirm to you is that the French President Hollande, is going to arrive on the spot of the tragedy in the next coming 5 to 10 minutes, as we have been told.
The French railways, of course, more than any other, well, maybe not more than any, of all the major European countries, the French railways, SNCF, the Vitesse, they're very much the backbone of the infrastructure for travel in France. Huge amount of money's been spent on French railways, and that's very much high-speed rail is the way to get around the country, correct?
Well, we have this famous TGV, as you know, Richard, which is very modern. It has been part of the modernization of the French railway system, no doubt about that. But I must admit that with Great Britain, the French railway system has been very criticized during the last few years. And a lot of people working inside the French railroad company, SNCF, has been recently complaining about a kind of deterioration of the material of the rail system. So is that linked, connected with what happened tonight on Bretigny-sur-Orge? it's too early to say, of course, but I know that inside the railway system, the French SNCF, a lot of people recently have been complaining that it has been deteriorating and we should have more modern railing.
Christian Malard from TV3, always good to have your perspective on this. We'll come and talk to you again later.
Richard.
Please come back.
Thank you.
As soon as, Christian, if Francois Hollande says anything when he visits there, then we'll need you, of course, to help us understand the significance. But good to talk to you, Christian.
Right.
Many thanks indeed. Christian Malard.
Thanks, Richard.